All right, welcome. We're going to be getting this park tool. It's actually a bicycle stand mounted on our workbench. We've got some pretty exciting things we're going to be doing with it. We're not going to be working on too many bicycles in here, but we do have a problem with working on string trimmers and pole saws and clearing saws, things like that, having a good way to mount the things. So we're getting real excited to get this thing put together and get it in use. It's really going to be a handy machine here, and I'm going to try to kind of get it positioned and trying to feel under the table here because there's some structure that's under the tabletop, and we want to make sure we don't get down into that stuff. But the trying to make sure that it get located where we want it. And here in a second, I realize I got it pointed the wrong way. But anyway, it's we're going to get this thing positioned around here. There we go, so that we can get this thing mounted and be real handy. Um, you can get these in several different configurations, and I think I mentioned that here later in a little clip. But this is the one that we decided probably do the best for working on this bench. And I'm drilling these holes, kind of give them a little pilot hole. Screws that I'm using are actually a deck screw for a equipment trailer. They are, I'm just kind of marking that first hole and getting it drilled so that the thing will hold itself in place. But the screws again, they're a self-drilling screw. They have a Phillips head on them and a machine thread, so they'll bite into this table. And this is just an old metal workbench that's got 10 million holes drilled in it already. And eventually, I'm going to probably put some different workbenches right here. So I want to learn how to get them all set up and the workflow and right on the way we want before we move some that don't have holes in them and drill the holes in the wrong place. So these are kind of our learning ones to get this figured out. So you can see we're going to put this self-drilling hole, and I kind of drilled that pilot a little small for the simple reason that these screws do have a self-drilling component to them, and I didn't want to take too much material out and them not hold well. I really didn't want to put something with a nut up in there at the bottom because they'll end up working loose over time and things like that. And I mean, it probably would have worked okay, but I like the idea of these little self-drilling machine threaded screws. They tend to do a pretty good job. You need to pop them out and screw down on 4 screws out, and you can move it out of your way. But you see, it does separate here, and you'll see that in a minute here when we try to put the last screw in. The whole bar does come off, so with one nut, the small side on a steel scrunch fits it. So, or the small socket side on a steel scrunch will fit that. So it's pretty nice that we can get that whole thing out of the way, except for that mount if we need it to be out of the way for some reason. So but anyway, here you can see me trying to get that first little hole there, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But anyway, that's we'll get these things mounted in, and I usually try to, when I do these, drill a hole and put a screw in it, drill a hole and put a screw in it. But here I'm going to drill these two opposing ones and get them placed so that while I have the bit in it, and then we'll do the last one. As you can see, it's going to be a little different to get it, but sometimes you can get yourself in trouble if you try to drill too many holes without filling them with a screw. You'll get two of them in there and then realize you've kind of got a mess. So but anyway, you'll see that what's going on here in just a minute. The Just kind of drilling these again and kind of get a good shot there. And a bit was trying to bite awfully bad. And if you run into that, what I found is uh, the if you don't put a lot of pressure and run the drill speed fast, it'll kind of bite through the bottom, or it'll drill through the bottom end of that workpiece instead of trying to drill real slow and putting a lot of pressure like maybe you do on the rest of it. It kind of keeps it from biting so badly. But here you can kind of see a shot of those screws going in, and there you have a kind of a tapered um, head on them, so they center up pretty good in those holes. And I'll slide those in and get this thing put together and let you check it out in operation here in a minute. It's like I say, it seems like it's going to be pretty sturdy, and I'm really excited about it. And hopefully it'll do a good job. And I can't wait to get some of the work that we need done all wrapped up on this thing here real soon and let you check it out. For some reason, this hole is in further than the rest of these, and trouble getting a drill to it. right, here we are sliding the arm back on it and getting it all in position, getting it ready to kind of show you some of the functionality of it and how the different positions it'll move. Really excited about it. Again, it's seems like really well made hardware. All the pieces feel good in your hand. They don't feel sloppy or anything like that. And like I say, I'm really excited to get this thing going. And I like that rubber part that they have around the actual clamp. It looks like it'll do a really good job at protecting the finish on the trimmer shafts and things like that without getting them all in a mess. And like I say, really excited about it. Alrighty, so got a really neat tool to talk about today. This is a Park Tool PRS-4.2. Now they make lots of different designs on these. This one is a bench mount. They make ones that'll mount on the wall. I'm trying to think, they make ones that'll stand on the floor, but for what we needed, I really was interested in a bench mount one. I don't know if you've ever tried to work on a string trimmer, or we've got a what is that thing, a 560 FS 560 clearing saw. And my goodness, to try to work on those things, you're chasing them all around the floor. Even our pole saws, you need to service them. There's no good way to hold on to the silly thing. So I guess here, I don't know, it's probably been a couple years ago, I kind of began the search for some stuff to help us work on stuff a little better. Right in, I don't think you can see it in the frame there, that we have a steel chainsaw holding tool that is absolutely amazing. I'll talk about it one other day, but I wanted to talk about this is actually a bike clamp. I bought it from a guy in town. He's a big chainsaw guy too, so pretty cool. He's over in Fayetteville, and New River Bikes is his business, and he does a lot of chainsaw stuff. So we talk chainsaws when I'm over there. But he got ordered this thing in for me, and like I say, I've been hunting, and we went to a steel train there, I guess year before last. I guess the last one we had that was in person. But it was, and they had a floor mounted one of these, and I got the brand off of it and things like that. And after, so they were just using it to display the ability of using these bike stands to help service these trimmers and or anything with a shaft on it. And I tell you, it's just absolutely amazing to be able to get there and work on something and not having it chase all over the table. So just really super handy I mean, it's very durable. You know, you can sit there and crank on it and it's not running all over the place with you. And anyway, just thought I'd show that thing being installed on the table, and like I say, I'll do one on the chainsaw holding device as well. But just really tickled so far to have the opportunity to try it out. I'm really getting excited. It'll do a couple different functions. We can tilt it up if we need to work down in a clutch or something, or need to access the bottom down here. We can stand it up, or you can even turn it the other way here and work in a recoil housing. Lots of exciting things to be able to deal with there. And also we can lock it in here and change the location of where we're working as well. So just real excited about that, and hopefully it'll be a handy tool for us. And anyway, like I say, I just thought I'd show that thing being put together, and hopefully if that's something you find yourself fooling with much, then it'll be a handy thing for you as well, so you can kind of see it moving around and being able to just work on all kinds of neat positions and not be fighting stuff all the time, running away from you. And But anyway, hopefully that's handy.